everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're doing very well. My name is Alex. I'm outside Stamford Bridge today with Dan, BDB Dan. It's been a long time since we've done this, Dan.
Yeah. I've been busy, been on my own channel, been on other channels, been at the bridge and just seeing Chelsea develop, mate, into a team that are capable of scoring this many goals.
Hey, listen. I know we disagreed on Pochettino.
Yeah, we did.
But can we agree?
I was right.
Hey, I like Maresca as well.
I like him,
I'm here for it. I like Maresca as well. I'm not going to sit here and concede Poch. I'm not. Because I think Poch actually set the foundations.
I think Poch got a lot right towards the end, right? But I think he took too long and he ran out of time. I think we can all agree that Maresca has got things going at a lot of quicker rate, right? He's getting the hang of this team and what it means to be Chelsea far quicker than what Pochettino ever did, right? And giving us nights like that, I mean, that's what Chelsea need. I know it's against Noah, and I know...
Hey, listen, Noah's arc. It could be Alex's arc. It could be Dan's arc. I don't care. I'll take it.
2 by 2. I mean, what can you say? Hurrah! Like, honestly, I love nights like that, and I think Maresca's doing a really good job of getting Chelsea fans back together. I think Poch split the fan base. I think he divided a lot of us because we're all so passionate about Chelsea, and we all just want Chelsea to win. And unfortunately, the way Pochettino was going about it kind of split a lot of us. Some of us wanted to trust him, some of us wanted to back him, and ultimately, at the end of the day, the decision was made to move him on. Yeah. And now, look, I don't think anyone's looking back.
I think actually, considering how brutal the decision was, it seems initially like it was a good decision.
Yeah, I think when you're seeing the development that's being made, and do you know what the biggest positive? The injury list is just disappearing. How good is it to see all these players fit and available, fighting for positions? Yeah. João Felix getting annoyed that he doesn't get a hat-trick tonight because he knows how important it is that he keeps scoring goals to get himself starting in the Premier League team, because he's not starting in the Premier League, João Felix.
Yeah. Why do you think that injury list is so different to last season?
I think one, we're managing the squad a lot better in terms of rotation. We're making a lot of changes. Whether or not that's always to the benefit of the team, I'm not sure. But I also think training-wise, I think a lot's gone on. I think maybe the medical staff have made adjustments and changes. And I also think Maresca, the way training probably is a much lighter load, to be honest with you. I think Pochettino...
Is that a good thing, though? Because this is the thing about Poch. I understand it was heavy training, but isn't that how it's supposed to be?
I think there's a blend. I think there has to be a blend, right? I think Pochettino, to lose that many valuable assets to injuries, one, isn't good on the business side of things, and two, isn't good in terms of us being able to play our best team available. We want all of our best players available. We've got a massive squad. Yes, that means there's a lot of competition and a lot of players aren't going to be happy, but I'd rather have all of these players available, to be honest with you. And Maresca's doing a good job of managing it. I just think as we progress as a team, it'll be harder for certain players to get into this team. The quality will eventually rise so much that you can't make 11 rotations every week, I think.
I'm with you. Which player stood out today?
I think Enzo Fernandez had a really good half.
Okay.
I think Enzo Fernandez had a good half. I think we're all probably aware that a deeper role for him is probably where, if any future at Chelsea is going to be, I think it will be in that position. I have to commend Mudryk for his goal. It was outstanding, that goal. I thought João Felix had a good game, was desperate for his hat-trick in the second, but yeah, I think Enzo Fernandez is a player I'd pick out of there that had a really good first half. I know it's only 45 minutes, but he's someone who's lost his place in the team, coming for a lot of money. His performances need to be at that level week in, week out if he's not going to be starting in the Prem.
100%. I mean, to be honest, it's interesting you mentioned Enzo Fernandez. Me personally, I'm not going to speak too much about on the ball because maybe he did contribute, but I think defensively he still needs to do a lot more, and that's probably why Lavia gets in the team ahead of him. Forget on the ball. I mean, it's all off the ball, and that's where Maresca, he speaks a lot about balance.
Yeah.
That is where the balance comes in. What do you think Fernandez needs to do to improve and get in the first team?
More consistency. We all know that there's quality there. I think of Villa away, we saw him be absolutely unbelievable last season. I think of Liverpool, where he ran the game. Yeah. We just haven't seen enough of that. I feel a little bit sorry.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think a lot of the time is at Chelsea, especially in recent seasons, last season and especially the start of this season, I think he's actually been out of position. I think he's been way too high on the pitch.
I couldn't agree more.
And I think the last couple of weeks, I think maybe Panathinaikos and then this game against Noah, we've seen him playing a deeper role, and I think it allows him to get on the ball a little bit more, and it means that defensively he actually starts off in a better position. You know, if he's up at a 10 position in the pocket, he's got such a long run, and we all know he's not the most athletic player on the pitch, and I think that's why Maresca's probably favouring Lavia Caicedo because they're just way more dynamic than Enzo. So I think Enzo, the trust is there in his ability, but we just need to see it more often and maybe play him in a position where I think he plays more for Argentina than he has for Chelsea, and arguably he's way better for Argentina than he's been for us.
So do you think when he plays in the 6, he should start for Chelsea?
No, not at the moment, but let him keep putting in consistent performances, and I think then there has to be questions because it'll just keep Lavia and Caicedo on their toes. But let's be real, Lavia and Caicedo are probably the best midfield duo in the Premier League, if not Europe at the moment.
That's a fair argument.
Yeah. So like Enzo is going to have his work cut out. The worst thing for Enzo is that he's coming for such a big price tag. The pressure's always going to be on. That's the thing.
You can argue the same for Caicedo though, and then people are praising him so much.
Yeah, well, remember last season, a lot of people had their backs up about Caicedo and saying, oh, he's not great, he's not performing to the level he should. Sometimes it just takes a bit of time, or it takes the manager like a little bit of time to suss out where that player should play. We saw Pochettino play Enzo Fernandez on the left wing against Brentford away. So come on, I feel a little bit sorry for Enzo that I think he's been mismanaged, and he also had an injury. I think at the same time he'll be able to play in a deeper role way more effectively for Chelsea than any other position on the pitch.
I'm with you there. What's your prediction for the Arsenal game?
Yeah, we've got to win. I think Arsenal are the most beatable they've been in probably the last 2-3 seasons. I really think we've got a chance with them coming to the bridge. It was a few seasons ago they absolutely hammered us here, and I've never forgot that. And I want us to just go out there, guns blazing. Fingers crossed Cole Palmer's available. I think because Nkunku and João Felix played a lot of minutes tonight, I think that means he's fit. I reckon we win that 2-1. I've got a really good feeling about this Arsenal game.
Dan, I hope you're right. I really do.
I hope so, mate. If we beat Arsenal and we put a gap between us and them in terms of the Champions League places, what a turnaround from last year. I know there'll be slight issues and people have some concerns about Maresca going out against Newcastle in the Cup, in the competition we probably should have won. Let's look at where we are in the table, though. Let's not get too negative too quickly, because I think there's way more positives this season than there are negatives, to be honest with you.
I'm with you, Dan. Always a pleasure, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.